We'll start with you, Sarah. Being a lifelong Norwich fan, going away from the club, originally being here and then going away and doing some amazing things, coming back and getting to play in a game like this must be huge.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing to be fair. I think growing up, you'd have dreamed to play in a big stadium. Like you see it on TV, like just wish you could be there, and then for it to actually happen, it's pretty special.
And for the club that you support as well, the amount of boys and girls that will be in that stadium going, I'm so jealous. I'll be one of them.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I think you can get like caught up in the occasion, like don't realise how special it actually is. But people, like you said, like dream to play there, and to be able to do that, yeah, is amazing.
This is the second time you've played there this season, and this game isn't a one-off. This game is you've got to win it. It's becoming the norm now, isn't it?
Yeah, I think like if we want promotion, we have to win every game, but we've just got to take it one step at a time. We're going into Sunday like it's a normal game, like which it is. Like we're going there to get the 3 points.
And Megan, just bring you in now. Is it now playing at Carrow Road? Obviously, really special experience. You've scored at both of those games. How does it compare to a different game like at the Nest?
Well, obviously the crowd, but I think now we're getting that experience playing at Carrow Road, we can deal with kind of the emotions and kind of the game and not getting too caught up in the occasion, but still enjoying the occasion. So it's that fine balance. So we love playing there, but I think speaking with the girls, we want to put in a real good performance, because I don't think we'll be able to show, especially those who come to Nest every week, actually the kind of football that we can play.
That Cambridge game, you said to me a couple of weeks ago, was the worst game of the season. Is that something you still echo?
It would have been worse if we would have lost, so it's not the worst game. It wasn't a game where we felt like we performed anywhere near that we can. And I think we were really disappointed in our performance that day. You know, you can't blame the heat. It was hot for both teams, but I think we were just more disappointed that we didn't put in performances that we know we can, and we really wanted to kind of showcase, you know, the football we play, because we play some really good football. So yeah, I think we'll be even more determined on this Sunday to put in a really good performance.
Games like this mean more in the wider context though, don't they? It's a lot for women's football as well as Norwich City.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we're in a title race and a promotion push with that, so obviously we have to win every game, but on the other side, you know, when you kind of look around and you see all that the young kids coming to support and the families coming out, it kind of just gives you a bit of a wow moment, and just why you kind of play the sport and play for the club. It's really special.
Sarah, you've played for some big clubs. Let's not lie. Arsenal and Chelsea are on your CV. You've been in some impressive games. How will this compare?
It'll be up there, I think. Like you said before, Chelsea and Arsenal, I was number 2, so I only really got that occasion on a couple of times. But to be like number 1, and yeah, just embrace it.
Playing in those games, the nerves. How do you manage them?
I don't really get nervous anymore, to be fair. But a little bit of nerves is good, as long as you put it in the right direction and just play your best. That's all we can ask for.
The club have literally just announced 5,000 tickets are sold. It was 7,500 for Ashford. It was around the 5,500 mark for the Cambridge game. What's it like playing in front of that many people?
It gives you goosebumps, to be honest. Like when you're lining up in the tunnel and you can hear like everyone singing and chanting, and then you walk out, it's proper goosebumps moment. It's such a weird experience. Like it's so hard to explain it.
And on that pitch, can you actually hear them, Megan?
What, the fans?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you have to really zone in the game. And I think we've worked a lot on that leading up to the game, of working how to zone back in and look at the game, because it's great. You can hear everyone screaming your name, and there's so much going on. But I think we're learning how to cope with that and deal with that. I think that helps. You know, having obviously not the same size, but you know we have quite a big crowd at the Nest. There's a lot going on there. So I think we're learning each week and developing more on how to kind of cope with those big moments. And
when it comes to those big moments, and obviously you had to take a penalty in the last game at Carrow Road, and like you say, you've got to focus on it. What goes through your head in that moment? What was going through your head?
When I look back, it's actually a bit of a blur. for me, it's trying to calm myself before. And I think if I can score a penalty against Quants in training, I think I have a good chance against most keepers.
That, by the way.
But it's just kind of calming and taking your time in the moment. I just try and stay calm. But if it's a blur, if I look back now, the whole thing was a blur.
Sarah, QPR, to use a football analogy, are no mugs. We saw that in the 2-1 reverse fixture. It took a lot to get that over the line, didn't it? And it wasn't your best performance of the season.
No, they obviously went 1-0 up, and then the goalkeeper got sent off, so I think that kind of turned the momentum for us, and we pushed on from that. They're in a good run of form as well, so it's not going to be easy. We're going to have to be at our best to actually get a result against them, but we're ready to fight to get them 3 points.
And they play at Loftus Road a lot, so this occasion won't scare them. You can't use that against them, can you?
No, I think most games we've played against them have been at Loftus Road, and they've got a good crowd there and had a good atmosphere. So yeah, they will kind of know what the experience is and know how to manage it too, which should make up for a really good game.
Without insulting the both of you, you're in the latter stages of your careers. Sarah, did you ever imagine that the game would get this big?
No, definitely not. Like when we were growing up, it was a struggle to find a girls' team, but now like every club has a girls' team. It's like mad how I think probably the 2012 Olympics and the women's success in that has proper kicked women's football on. So it's just so good to see like Arsenal selling out the Emirates, and yeah, we can get a good crowd at Carrow Road as well. That'd be good.
And of course, growing up, were your idols women footballers or were they male footballers? Because now it seems that young girls can have idols that are women's footballers.
I think mine were all males. Like there wasn't really anyone to look up to when I was growing up, like women-wise. Like you had like the big players, but you didn't really know of them. But now, like every team's got one, like a female footballer or a female athlete that you can look up to. I'm
now going to judge you on who was your idols growing up.
Iker Casillas.
Oh yeah, good one.
He was a legend of a goalkeeper, and obviously David Beckham as well, wasn't he? Got to pick Beckham.
Go on, Todd.
Thierry Henry.
Oh, that's a good one.
And you did the ode to the celebration to him the first game there.
Yeah, that is what the celebration was. I was trying to explain it to some of the younger girls and they didn't know, but that is what the celebration was. And it was a joke I made before that morning. I was like, if I score, I'm going to do it. And then when I scored that goal, I thought, oh, I'm going to have to go do this now.
I spoke to you after that game and you said to me quite honestly, you didn't have a good game and you're glad that everyone remembers the goal. Is that how you look back on that now?
Yeah, I still had a really poor second half. I actually come back from COVID and hadn't trained in a while, so I was struggling. And I think if you look back at that clip, I'm like, oh God, I'm going to have to run. And I remember Smithy playing the ball and I think, I ran out of steam. But yeah, no one remembers that. Everyone just remembers the goal, and that's what I will continue to shout about, the goal.
And I guess the same question to you as well. Did you ever think it would grow this big?
No, and to be fair, I am younger than Quants, just to clarify. But just to even be able to experience this and playing, kind of playing like a professional a little bit, when I was younger, I never dreamed of playing in stadiums like Carrow Road or being able to experience the crowds we do. So yeah, I'm just loving every minute of it until as long as I can.
And you obviously work with a lot of younger age groups as well. Are you now seen as a role model to them, and how do you find that?
Yeah, it's an interesting. Sometimes they're fed up with me nagging them as their coach, but I think they listen to me, and it's really nice when you're at the Nest and on a Monday night and some of the girls recognise you, and it's really sweet that they have role models and their face lights up. Some of the girls, like Alice, coaches attend and they're so excited, and when players walk through the Nest, so that's just really special. And I think just to have that impact and influence on girls growing up is amazing. Right,
we want to do something a little bit different now. I want to show you the Ashford goal with Chris's commentary, if that's all right, and get you to both watch it. Is that all right? Do you want to do that?
I love watching my
I
watch
right,
it.
as long as I can get the signal and get it up, give me 2 seconds. Because obviously you were meant to be late. I was going to have this queued, but as you weren't late, so it's your fault we're having to pause at this moment.
For being on time.
You've got to keep in the car, Jack.
Shush, Joe, I was driving, no?
No, I was.
Right, Norwich City Women, Ashford. Yeah, and I just want you to obviously you weren't there.
Yeah, I can talk you through it.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I've seen it 100 times.
I've seen it 100 times.
I can't believe I've watched it a lot.
Yeah, I go back to it all the time.
I think the last time, I think before the Cambridge game, I woke up and watched the highlights just to get through the nerves of the day. Right, here we go. It's after this, isn't it? Okay. Is it coming?
She was so crowded that she tried to sort of bring the ball under control. She was colliding with, I think, one of her own players, and the ball dropped in the 6-yard box. Kinane nearly poked in a hat-trick. There was an important block from another Norwich defender in there. Half appeals for handball as well as the second shot.
You'll see in a second where I'm like, oh god, I've got to run. By the way, because I'm flagging here. I didn't even think this late in the game I'd even get a chance, to be fair.
This is the moment, isn't it?
Yeah. Still in this moment, I didn't think I was going to even get a chance, obviously, in their box. And then I think it's Smithy's classic turn that she does. And I'm just jogging, and I'm thinking, oh no, I've got to go now. And yeah, I think I just ran out of steam and hit it. I think I fell, and I looked up, it was in the net, I heard the noise, and I was like, I think I went really like jelly leg, like goosebumps straight away. Yeah, it was a bit of a wow moment.
And you say you slipped there. Did you think that was going in?
No, because that's probably the best goal I've scored as well. And we make a joke because I only score the jammy goals, and I catch Quant at training with the jammiest goals, and she's fuming.
Basically, she crosses it. Somehow it manages to go in like the opposite top corner, and she does it all the time, and it just winds you up. But there's nothing you can do to stop it.
And what would you say to those who maybe are undecided about coming on Sunday? What would be your final send off of this?
I think it's just a great day, a great occasion to also celebrate girls and women's football, but I think also to just inspire young girls and have a great family day out. And the noise and the atmosphere is just incredible. And I think we're going through a journey, I think, and hopefully maybe one day we'll sell out Carrow Road as well.
And tickets are only £5 as well. Like, you can't get into a stadium for anything cheaper than that, so come and give us a go.
And of course you say the noise. I think the biggest noise was your goal at the end there. It was almost a sound of relief from everyone. It was such a tight game. Just how does that feel, scoring at Carrow Road in front of that many people?
Yeah, the noise still gives me goosebumps. When I go back and listen to it as well, I'm like, I still can't believe that moment, and that will now go with me forever. I'll probably bang on about it when I'm really old. Not as old as when I get as old as Quants.
Amazing. That's me. That's everything. Yeah, grand. Actually, how are we doing on the injury?
Got to be assessed by the physio tomorrow.
Perfect. Lovely job. All right.
Yeah, just a few questions from me, if that's all right. Sarah, Jack spoke about sort of the big clubs you've played for before. In terms of the stadiums and the occasions, what sticks out to you sort of in your memory from other clubs maybe?
When I was at Chelsea, I was the number 2 goalkeeper, and we had Arsenal in the FA Cup semi-final. That was at Brentford's old stadium. So that was probably the biggest crowd I'd played in up to this point. Yeah. And that was an amazing experience. Going there as the underdogs and to come out winners was pretty special.
How does Carrow Road compare to that?
That's better, isn't it? It's a proper big stadium. Brentford's is a proper stadium, but yeah, it's your home team, the team you support, and team I played for as a kid as well. So. That'll be good.
Yeah, and you've both been now obviously played at Carrow Road and training here and everything. And Megan, I know you spoke about how sort of big of an experience that feels and how exciting it is. Is it difficult to strike a balance of trying to almost stay professional and not necessarily stay professional, but stay focused on the work as well as enjoying it and not letting the sort of glamour of it fade at all?
Yeah, I think obviously a bit from experience getting older and having some time mistakes, you kind of learn to balance it then. But I think when you have those kind of difficult moments in football that it can be, and it could be confidence or whatever, I kind of then switch it and look what I get to do. You get to train at Colony where the men's team are and the academy, and the support we get and the staff and the facilities. It's such a great kind of experience and just helps us to perform the best we can. So I think the girls are getting the balance really well. they appreciate. I think the thing is they really appreciate everything they get, and the support from the club's been incredible since we came over.
And how have you both witnessed sort of things evolving in the last season or so in terms of how everyone's improving, not only on the pitch but off the pitch, and dealing with these sorts of things?
I think by having Will and Jill, they help as well. Like the strength side of it. We never had that back in the day. So now we come in, we do a gym session, then we'll go and train, and then we'll do recovery after a game as well. So everything's there for us.
And obviously this weekend you're trying to extend your unbeaten record in the league, but you're still second, and I think 8 points, although you have got a couple of games in hand, of course, away from the top of the table. Is it difficult to not feel hard done by a little bit that you've had such a good season, but you're still sort of chasing at this point?
I don't think we feel hard done by. We can't control the weather and postponements. I think it just drives and spurs us on even more. We don't want to use any excuses or anything. We just want to focus on us and our performances as each game comes.
And sort of how, if you flip it, is it exciting to look at the rest of the season? And obviously you've got a lot of games now in a short space of time, and you'll have to have those games sort of rearranged. Is it exciting now that you've got such a big block of games to end the season and to try and push for promotion?
Yeah, I think so. Obviously, as a footballer, you want to be playing every week. So now we're going to have that through to the end of the season, so it's a chance to get some momentum and to really push on to try and chase Wimbledon down.
And at Carrow Road, obviously you've spoken about the differences in terms of the crowd and the pressure a little bit, but how different will it be actually sort of physically and with the environment around you in terms of, I think the pitch is quite a lot bigger than the Nest, obviously it's a different surface as well. It will require a little bit of adaptation on that front as well, won't it?
A little bit. I think luckily we've played there a little for a bit now. We've played in a few stadiums as well, at the Abbey and obviously at Loftus Road. So I think we kind of understand the struggles of a bigger pitch sometimes, but I also think it can actually work in our favour with the type of players we have, and what the players can do.
I suppose that fitness work will come in really handy, won't it?
Yeah, Will be tracking us that day. I think we are a fit team. I think that's only credit to kind of the support we get as well off the pitch.
Yeah, just to finish with, I know you're expecting a tough test from QPR, but what sort of football do you expect them to play, and what sort of test do you expect them to provide?
I think they'll be physical. I think you get that from any London team. They're gonna want to spoil our day, aren't they? So they're going to come. They're going to try and attack us, try and be the better team. They're going to try and get the 3 points as well. So it'll be an entertaining game.
Brilliant. Thanks very much.